Tell yourself it's harmless. You've done this before. Everyone has. You scroll through a few posts, find one that seems fair, and message the seller. They respond fast. Almost too fast, but you don't notice. You're just glad they replied at all. They're polite, they write complete sentences, they even use emojis. You laugh a little thinking, see, not everyone online is weird. You agree to meet at a coffee shop parking lot just outside of town. Broad daylight, public space, perfectly safe. On the drive there, you hum along to the radio, glance at the passing houses, and think about how convenient this all is. Technology really does make life easier. When you arrive, you spot the car right away. Older model, paint slightly faded, nothing unusual. The seller steps out, gives you a wave, and you feel that small spark of reassurance that always comes from a stranger acting normal. You shake hands, exchange a few words about the weather, they pop the trunk, show you the item. It's exactly like the pictures, maybe even better. You hand over the cash, they thank you, and for a split second, you almost feel bad for ever doubting them. The exchange couldn't have gone smoother. You put the item in your back seat, drive home, and think about how people exaggerate danger these days. Not everyone on Craigslist is bad, right? But later that evening, when the sun dips low and the shadows stretch across your living room, you start noticing little things. The chair you bought feels heavier than it should. You flip it over, curious, and see a faint mark carved into the wood, initials maybe, or a symbol. You laugh it off. Probably just the previous owner. But then you notice something else, the smell. Faint, metallic, and unfamiliar. You check again, but there's nothing there. You open a window, shake it off. A few hours pass. You're scrolling your phone, again half distracted when you see a new post online. Same chair, same photo, same price. But this time, it's listed under a different name. And the location, the same spot you met earlier. You blink, scroll back, refresh the page. It's still there. That's when the crack starts to show. The ordinary world, the daylight meeting, the handshake, the small talk, it all starts to feel off. Too perfect, too rehearsed. You think about the seller's car, the way they parked facing the road, not you, the way they looked over your shoulder when you spoke. You remember that slight pause before they thanked you, and suddenly the normal moment collapses. You realize maybe you weren't just buying something that day, maybe someone was testing something, testing you, and that chair sitting in the corner of your living room, it's not just a piece of furniture anymore, it's a question. One that keeps staring back at you long after the lights go out. It started quietly, almost forgettably. The kind of evening that doesn't stand out from the rest. A cool breeze, a faint hum from the refrigerator, the steady pulse of streetlights outside, the kind of calm that makes you feel like nothing bad could possibly happen. You sit on the couch scrolling your phone, that familiar glow lighting your face. Then you hear it, a soft ding, a message. The text is from the seller. You pause, the deal's already done. What else could they want? You open it anyway. It says, "Did you make it home okay?" Strange, but not creepy, polite even. You type a short reply, "Yeah, all good, thanks." You hit send. You wait for the read receipt. Nothing. You toss your phone aside, telling yourself they were just being courteous. But then another message comes through. "I forgot to mention something about the chair." You stare at the screen. Your thumb hovers over the keyboard, waiting for more, but it doesn't come. Just that one sentence. A few seconds stretch into a full minute. Your stomach tightens just slightly. You finally type, "What do you mean?" Send, read, no reply. You try to ignore it, but curiosity starts geeing at you. You glance over at the chair in the corner. It sits there, harmless, still carrying that faint metallic smell you told yourself didn't matter. You get up, cross the room, crouch down beside it. The mark carved underneath looks deeper now in the low light, almost fresh. You run your finger over it, cold, rough. Your phone dings again, the sound makes you flinch. Don't open it, that's all it says. You freeze. The air feels heavier suddenly, like the room is thickened. Your eyes flick to the front door, locked. The windows closed. The sound of the fridge hums in the background, louder now, though maybe that's just your pulse rushing in your ears. You type back quickly, "What are you talking about?" 3 dots appear. They vanish, then appear again, then stop completely. You wait. Every small noise in the apartment feels amplified. The creak in the floorboards, the faint ticking of the wall clock, your own breath catching as if someone might hear it. You walk to the window, peek through the blinds. The street looks empty. Normal. Then another message pops up. This time it's a photo, the same chair, taken from behind, except in this photo, there's a figure sitting in it. You can't make out the face, but you can see the outline. The posture is yours. You drop the phone. It hits the carpet with a dull thud. Your heart is pounding now, too fast, too loud. You look at the chair again, still empty, still facing the same direction. But for the first time, you're not sure if it was ever really empty to begin with. You back away, phone buzzing again on the floor. You don't look at it this time. You already know what it says. By the time the police arrived, it was already too late to explain everything that had happened. How do you even start? How do you tell someone that a simple online purchase turned into a chain of events that doesn't make sense? Not to them, not even to you. They stand there, notepads out, polite but distant, asking the same questions over and over. When did you buy it? Who sold it to you? What exactly did you see? You tell them the truth, or at least the parts you can. You show them the messages, the photos, the strange warning that came just before everything started going wrong. They nod, they take notes, they ask you to forward the screenshots. And when they leave, they tell you they'll look into it, which you know really means they won't find anything. Days pass, but sleep doesn't come easy anymore. Every time you close your eyes, you see that chair, that carved symbol, that faint outline in the photograph. You moved it to the garage, but you still hear it sometimes, the soft creak of wood shifting when there shouldn't be any sound at all. It's ridiculous, you tell yourself, it's just furniture, but deep down you don't believe that anymore. Then one morning you wake up to a new message, unknown number, no name. You shouldn't have kept it, that's it, no greeting, no context, just those words. You stare at it until your screen goes dark. The police report flashes through your mind again, the officer's neutral tone, the quiet click of his pen. You start to wonder if they were right to dismiss it, or if maybe they didn't want to know more, because that's the part no one talks about. What happens after the story ends? After the camera stops recording? After the narrator moves on to the next case? The people who live through are left behind with the consequences, the paranoia, the quiet, the constant second-guessing. You delete the message, turn off your phone, and step into the garage. The air is still, the chair sits exactly where you left it, facing the wall. You grab the edge, ready to throw it out, to end whatever this is once and for all. But then you notice something new, a small envelope taped under the seat. Your hands tremble as you pull it free. Inside, a single photograph. Your driveway, taken from the street last night. The realization sinks in slow, cold, and deep. This isn't just about a haunted object or a strange coincidence. Someone was here, someone still is. And suddenly, the story shifts from creepy to dangerous, from unsettling to real. Because once you've been marked by something like this, it doesn't just stop when you stop believing in it. It keeps following, watching, waiting for you to make your next move. And that's when it hits you. This isn't about a bad deal anymore. It's about what happens when curiosity crosses paths with the wrong kind of person. And they're not done with you yet. Maybe the scariest part isn't what happened. It's that it could have happened to anyone. You, me, the next person who scrolls past a too good to be true deal at 2 a.m. and thinks, what's the worst that could happen? We've all done it. Convinced ourselves we're careful enough that the bad stories happen to other people. But that's the thing about real horror. It doesn't need permission. It just needs opportunity. When you strip away the strange messages and the photographs and the creaking in the dark, what's left is something far simpler: trust. We give it away so easily, even to people we'll never meet again. A handshake in a parking lot, a quick chat in the comments section, a smile that looks convincing enough to disarm your instincts. And when things go wrong, it's not just the fear that stays with you, it's the betrayal. That quiet realization that the world you thought was safe isn't as predictable as you believed. I think that's why stories like this matter. Not because of the chair, or the messages, or the shadow in the photo, but because they force us to confront something we try to ignore. That evil doesn't always wear a mask. Sometimes it drives the same roads we do, shops at the same stores, posts the same listings. And while we're busy looking for monsters hiding under the bed, the real ones are learning how to blend in, how to wait. So maybe the next time you go online searching for something simple, stop and think for a second. Ask yourself, who's really on the other end of that message? Why does the deal feel rushed? Why does the photo look just a little off? Those moments of hesitation, those instincts we brush off, they exist for a reason. They've kept people alive, long before apps and screens told us what was safe. And if, by chance, you've already been through something like this, if you've had that moment where something inside you said something isn't right, trust it next time. Don't let the normal setting fool you. Horror doesn't announce itself with screaming violins or jump scares. It creeps in quietly, wearing a smile, waiting for you to shake its hand. Because in the end, these stories aren't warnings about ghosts or curses. They're about people, what we're capable of, and how easily our need to believe the best in others can become the very thing that puts us in danger. So before you click message seller, before you agree to meet someone you've never seen, just pause, look around, listen to that small, uneasy whisper that says maybe not this time. It might feel silly in the moment, but it might also be the reason you get to hear the next story instead of starring in it. And if you've made it this far, thank you. Stay curious, stay alert, and most importantly, stay safe. So, what do all 3 stories tell us? That when we think we're entering a simple transaction, we might be stepping into a scenario we never expected. A stranger with a listing is still a stranger. The deal may seem routine, but the context, you may never see everything. If you're buying or meeting someone, especially online, ask yourself, who is this person? What's the location really like? Are there weird details I'm ignoring just because the price is right? And after the deal, are there after effects I'm not prepared for? You can walk away safe. You just have to treat the ordinary moment with a bit more caution, because the horror, or in these stories, wasn't supernatural. It was very real, very human. Thanks for staying with me for these 3 true Craigslist horror stories. If you liked this, hit that like button, subscribe, share it, and drop me a line in the comments. Which one freaked you out the most and what would you have done differently? Until next time, stay curious and stay cautious.